Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today we're taking a look at Doom Eternal and some first impressions. Basically here I want to take a look at the graphics, the frame rate, how it plays handheld, and then just give you a general overview of what this is all about and whether it's Panic Buttons, the team behind this port, is it their best work yet. So with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So story in Doom Eternal is by far the most detailed story and entry in the series has ever seen. Here we're returning to Earth, 8 months after the events that unfolded in the first Doom on the Switch, the 2016 Doom, and now Earth has been overrun by demonic forces. They've wiped out 60% of the planet's population, and those that remain they've either fled or swiftly got themselves understandably into hiding. Returning to Earth though, you are the Doomslayer, and you need to now set things right and basically stop the extinction of humankind. How do we do this? We kill the Hell Priest. That's Nilox, Ranak and Grav. So grab your guns and prepare to go to war with a demonic army. It's good stuff, it's fast paced, it's in keeping with the whole Doom tone, and you can even go a little bit deeper with logs that are found scattered around the world, which I did find surprisingly entertaining in my time with the Xbox build. Gameplay, and let's start with controls. While they are nothing out of the ordinary, one factor that most are going to be looking for, it's gyro controls. They are here, they're implemented to great fashion, and they for sure help during the intensity. The Switch controllers, especially the Joy-Con, they can be a little bit, jumpy in those longer range moments or moments of precision, and these go so far to help you in these areas for just those micro adjustments without overdoing it. The rest of the controls then, nothing out of the ordinary. Move with the left stick, move your camera with the right, and then of course expect things like shoot with the left and right triggers. This all then goes along with the usual jump, melee, and of course special attacks, so think your trusty grenades. They feel great, and I'd of course suggest a Pro controller if you're going to be playing this one docked. Otherwise though, look, come here for first person shooting that is about as visceral as it comes. In the opening moment, it's going to throw a chainsaw in your hands and just tell you to go get them. This easily outdoes the first entry on the Switch. That was a great game. This one is stunning. Visually, it's good work. If we focus on docked first, it's clear the downgrade we face here. The resolution has some lapses at points, and when we get into some of the larger locations, you will notice that definition downgrade, sharpness, detail, just general separation from the background. It all takes a hit. Doom is largely a game of a similar colour palette through and through, and that can blend together without the visual fidelity. That said though, it's still incredible what Panic Button have achieved to get this thing up and running on the Switch, as everything I've seen so far is intact as I wanted to see it from the Xbox, and these compromises they've clearly been put in place just to ensure performance, and that they do. So let's take a look at frame rates. So over this initial play, the frame rate has been near locked 30. I did notice the odd minor stutter, which is related to the game, of course, loading in sections as we go, but the frame rate's been near flawless, locked at 30. It's occasionally flashing 29 as you're seeing on screen, but nothing that you're really going to notice or feel. Now sure, you may say it should be 60, it's a first person shooter, and on a different platform I probably would agree with you, but this is not only an improvement over the 2016 Doom, which for sure fluctuated at times, but it shows how far as a team Panic Button have come. 30 in my opinion is more than enough to have a great time with this one, and fans, I'm confident you went in expecting this, and I think this may just actually deliver something even better than you anticipated. So this is where Doom Eternal excels. Handheld is incredible, with the resolution drop and the detail seeing a compromise. The handheld screen just sharpens everything up while maintaining that near locked frame rate. This is about as close to an Xbox or PlayStation build as you're gonna get. This is why I personally wanted Doom Eternal on the Switch though, not docked but for on the go, because there's nowhere else I can play a game of this level on the go, and like the first entry, I gotta say it's an absolute joy to witness. Doom Eternal in the palm of your hands is a crazy feeling that absolutely deserves to be celebrated, and this is for sure now how I will be playing this game moving forwards. So is it worth picking up Doom Eternal? And I want to be completely honest with you here. If you have no intention of playing this on the go and you have other consoles, probably not. Not because it's not a good port, it is, but it's also a year later. And I saw this myself on GameStop and PlayStation a few days back, and I think it was like $15 physical. That's a huge difference. $60 digital on the Switch versus $15 there. Now that said, if you are going to be playing on the go, absolutely invest your cash here. This is Panic Button simply reinforcing why they are like the very best team at these ports, and in my opinion at this point, any port that comes to the Switch should just be handled by this team because they do a few things so right. The main one, or the main two being, they get the performance while keeping the concept and the heart of the game intact. If only they'd been given the keys for the Outer Worlds port, for example, I'm sure we'd have a much higher opinion of that one, and I'm sure they would have done it justice. I was nervous going into this, but seeing what they've done here, I'm dispelling all doubt in the future when I see that Panic Button are involved, because they absolutely deserve that respect with like no question. So will you be adding this one to the collection, or are you going to be picking it up elsewhere? I think it's a fair question, you know, given the time between that original release and this port. No doubt, like me as well, a fair few of us are going to be disappointed to see the lack of a physical release, but hopefully that might get corrected sometime in the future. So before we do wrap up this video, I will be leaving you at the end with some extra gameplay footage just so you can check it out for yourself. But before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.